A very good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all. Myself, Vaibhav. In today's session of Visual JForex, we will be continuing with the development of the algorithm using the indicator Laguerre ACS1. This is going to be the third and the final session in this series. And today we will be looking to complete the sell side of the equation, for which we have already completed the buy side. In last session, I had explained to you how you can design and develop the algorithm to execute the buy trade. Now, with the sell side being completed, you will have the fully functional algorithm ready by the time this session ends. So let us now get to the work. This is the Visual JForex board developed by the Dukascopy Bank SA. In last two sessions, the development so far include this instrument subscription. The default instrument has been set as EURUSD. The position amount was defined at 0. After that, these four Laguerre ACS blocks have been added. First one is of 4 hourly candle period, and latter three are of hourly candle period with varying shift values 1, 2, and 6 respectively. And why it is so, I will be explaining to you shortly when we define the conditions for the execution of the trade. To look at the price volatility, we are also taking the help of 4 candle cluster of the hourly candle period, and to retrieve the individual variables from that cluster, this loop viewer will help us out. To look at the immediate price action prior to the execution of the trade, this single get historical candle is also being used, and to pinpoint the exact entry point, this 10-second candle blocks will be used. In last session, we had also carried out these calculations where the difference between the highest and the lowest over last 4 hours is being calculated, and then afterwards it has been multiplied by 1.5 to get the half value of the actual difference, and then that value has been used to place the order. We are deducting that difference from the last tick price for the buy trade, and for sell trade we will have to add the same difference to last tick ask. The stop loss and target price have also been defined in a dynamic way. We have considered the half of the actual difference of the high and low as our stop loss and twice of it as the target price. The order validity is 4 hours, so that has also been defined. So in today's session, our job will be much more easier as we can take help of these calculations which we have already done, and only one calculation as per my assessment will be need to be done afresh. So let me give you a refresher of sort of what the logic is going to be for execution of the sell trade. I will change it to Euro USD for hourly candle period. This is the Euro USD 4 hourly chart. For any sell trade to be initiated, we need the momentum to be bearish. For that, we are using the classical interpretation of the Laguerre ACS. We will consider its value below 0.5 as indicative of the bearishness in the underlying instrument. So, if you observe this chart, you will see that for almost more than a week now, starting onwards of 20th August, we have this value consistently above 0.5. Only here we have this dip which reverses very swiftly. So in this kind of scenario where we have the momentum on the bullish side, no sell trade will be initiated by our algorithm. Only buy trades would have been initiated even if we were to run the algorithm on the live account. When we have the bearishness in the underlying momentum, we will be seeing that the algorithm which we are building will be executing the sell trade in this kind of scenario. So the requirement is on the 4 hourly candle period, we need the output value for the Laguerre ACS1 to be below 0.5. It doesn't matter whether it is declining or rising, we are not paying attention to that fact. If you want to fine tune or define the conditions in a different way, you can do that as well. One more possibility is that you simply look to initiate the trade only when you have these Laguerre CS1 output values declining compared to the prior period, and as soon as the reversal starts, you can stop trading. So that kind of formation can also be made. But to keep things simple, I am simply taking the value in absolute terms. 0.5 is the marker, and anything below that we will be ready to trade. Okay. And after 4 hourly condition, we consider the hourly condition. In this, we will need the overbought and oversold scenario to have developed. Now that we are looking to initiate the sale trade, we want significant amount of retracement should have happened within the trend of the bearish momentum. And after that, whenever we see that the price is again starting to dip, we will be initiate the sale trade. So for that, let me give you an example of where our algorithm might have gone for execution of the trade. So this kind of scenario where we will have the retracement and then for significant amount of time the price action remains in overbought territory on the lower time frame of hourly. And for that, the logical formation is going to be simple. We need the last hourly candle to have closed below 0.9, and in the penultimate hour, just prior to the closing of the last hourly candle, we will need that penultimate hourly candle to have closed above 0.9, and 6 hours back the output value for Laguerre ACS1 should have been equal to 1. So that will make sure that significant amount of time has been spent in a overbought scenario, and now we are seeing some sort of reversal happening. So this might be the correct time to initiate the sell trade. And as I had explained to you, then we consider the price action. So whatever is the actual difference between the highest and the lowest value, we take half of it, we add that to the last tick ask, and we arrive at the exact point of entry at which the order will be placed, which will remain valid for next 4 hours. And the stop loss and target price is going to be similarly defined. We are simply taking the half of the difference of the last 4 hours and the low and keeping it as the stop loss and twice of it as the target price. And as I said, the order validity is 4 hours. So we have to define this structure now using the if blocks and one calculation for the placing of order of the sale trade. So let me first define the sell execution price. Okay, and here we have to take last take ask, and take half of the difference which we have calculated here. This is the variable, this is the actual difference, and then divided by 2. So this is going to be A1 plus A2. And we arrive at the result of the calculation. Okay. This is going to be our sale execution price, SEP. And then we join it to multiple action. Now we have to use the block 7 in all, and after that one trade command block. So let me add 7 if blocks and one trade command block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and one pending open it. Okay, so we have this in place. Now let us consider the output value of the 4-hourly Laguerre ACS block. We take it value 11 and compare it to 0.5. It should be less. So first input less than second input. Okay. After that, we need the last hourly Laguerre ACS output value, which is values 15 to be less than 0.9. First input less than second input. And in the penultimate hour, the value 16, it should have been above 0.9. So first input greater than second input. 6 hours back, it should have been exact equal to 1. So we need the Laguerre ACS output 6 hours back, which is value 17, to be equal to 1. So here we have this. Last hourly candle should have closed lower. It should have its closing value lower than the opening value. That will be indicative of the bearish momentum prior to the placing of the order. So for that, we have to consider the candle 19 is candle closing and opening value. Candle 19 is the last hourly candle. So we take candle 19 candle close and compare it to candle open. After this, we look to initiate the trade whenever the price starts to drop below the candle 19 closing value. So again, we will have to use candle 19 candle close as the common input. First input less than second input, and in these two if blocks we have to add candle 19 candle close as the common input and compare it to the closing values of candle 21 candle 22nd. We need candle 21 candle close to have been less, candle 21 candle close less than first less than second input, and in case of candle 22nd candle close, the condition will need to be reversed. It should have been greater, and after that comes the trade command block. First input greater than second input. Let me arrange this blocks before we define the input parameters for the trade command block. Sell limit The execution price is going to be SAP. Default instrument remains as it is. Trade amount I will change to 0.1 million. Slippage is going to be 2 pips. Stop loss is going to be the same as buy side. So we simply take the variables which we had created in the last session. We have them here. I will take this SL, which is the stop loss, and take profit. Here we had carried out these calculations, so we will have the formation symmetric in both the respects of the buy and the sell trade. Order validity, we had already defined it for 4 hours. So our job this time around is a lot easier. So with this, we have now completed the requirement for the execution of the sell trade, and I will join it here. And as you can see from this color coded line, the trade iteration flow is going through till the very end. So that's it from my side of the story. I have explained to you how you can design and develop a simple algorithm using these indicators, Laguerre ACS1. So I would suggest that you try to build it out on your own, and once you are ready with it, you can carry out the testing on the JForex platform on historical data, and there you will see whether it is profitable or not, and that will give you the idea of its efficacy. So that's it from my side. Do check out the Dukascopy Analytics page for further coverage of the market development. Whenever you want to start trading, the JForex platform is available, which provides an excellent trading environment with very low cost spread. We are also available on the Facebook. You can reach out to us there. Thank you all for joining in. See you next time. Till then, goodbye.